Hello everyone, Yubel Master here, aka 38 the Master 1, bringing you another video for the Yubel community, and we have a lot of reveals for Phantom Nightmare. They have been rolling them out one by one recently, and in this video I'm going to cover 3 of them: a support for fire monsters, a new Memento card, and a new generic spell card, which I personally think will break the game, but we'll get to that soon. For now, let's start with the first card. This is the fire support, and it's called Magmachou Dragon. It's a level 8 fire pyro effect monster with only 1800 attack and 2200 defense. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can banish up to 3 fire monsters from your graveyard. This card gains 400 attack for each until the end of this turn. Okay, so by banishing fire monsters, you can get it up to 3000, which is a little bit underwhelming in my opinion. Effect number 2 is if a face-up fire monster you control is destroyed by a card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then draw 1 card. Okay, now this is the good effect, because this is essentially just Fire King support. As long as you have this in your graveyard, you can special summon it for free and draw a card. And it's not that strong in terms of attack points. I mean, sure, you can boost it by 1200 by banishing 3 fire monsters, but I don't think it's that impressive, especially considering how there's no way to special summon it from the hand without using some other card. But the draw 1 does definitely make up for the weaknesses that I've just mentioned, and I think there's some kind of way you can dump it in the graveyard in Fire Kings. So this is definitely a worthy consideration for Fire Kings, and in the future I'll be exploring the structure deck before it comes out this December. And since Fire Kings are so synergistic with Yubel, look forward to a deck profile for a Fire King Yubel deck using the new Fire King cards in the structure deck this December. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd want to see that. So yeah, decent Fire King support. Let's move on to the next one, and it's a new Memento card. For those of you that don't know, Memento is an archetype that is coming out in Valiant Smashers. So most of the Memento cards are actually callbacks to old vanilla monsters. The most memorable for me being Dark Blade, which looks really cool in the new Memento card. And they all have this bone theme to them, where it is the original vanilla monster, but they have bones growing out of them in some kind of way. It looks really, really cool though. This one's called Memento Uraman in Japanese, but in English it'll probably be called something like Memento Attic Ghost or Wretched Ghost of the Memento. I'll quickly go down to the note here because this card is actually a remake of Wretched Ghost of the Attic, which was a localization of the Japanese Uramon. And Uramon is a shortened version of saying the full name, which is Yane Uru no Mononoke. And the translator note goes on to say that Uramon might be referencing a black door or gate or some kind of coat of arms, which is very vague in its meaning. So it's hard to guess how they will officially localize this. But anyway, let's get on to the actual effect. It's a level 2 Dark Fiend effect monster with the same stats as the vanilla monster. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target 1 Memento card in your graveyard except itself and add it to your hand. And the second effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard by Memento monster effect, you can special summon this card. So I know that there's a couple of the Memento cards that Foolish Burial some other Memento cards. You can easily just send this to the graveyard, special summon it, and add a different Memento card from your graveyard to your hand. So it seems like this is going to be a useful tool for the Memento deck. And moving on to the third one, and the most exciting one, we have a generic spell card that is expected to rival Metamorphosis. They have translated this to Black Mutation, but the card's kanji actually means sudden regression, which is supposed to be a reference to Metamorphosis, so it's like a reverse Metamorphosis. The effect is you can only activate this card's name once per turn, tribute 1 fusion or synchro monster, special summon 1 monster with the same original level from your deck, but return it to the hand during the end phase. This is absolutely nuts. The lack of restrictions on this, apart from you can only activate once per turn, is absolutely ridiculous. And being a Metamorphosis kind of retrain thing, I'm very surprised that they added the line or synchro monster. If it was tribute 1 fusion monster, then this will be a consideration for some fusion decks who can make use of this. However, synchros being way more flexible with the amount of levels they have in their deck, I imagine a lot of synchro decks will just be abusing the absolute crap out of this card. I can't possibly imagine the amount of broken strategies people will have with this. The potential of this card is unlimited. Heck, there's even potential for using this in a Yubel deck. maybe by using instant fusion to bring out Millennium Eyes Restrict, and then using this reverse Metamorphosis card to tribute it into your level 1 Samsara Lotus, or if there's some way to easily get out a level 10 fusion monster, such as the Egyptian God Slime. But yeah, you can just tribute that and then special summon Spirit of Yubel and get the effect. Like, that's just the potential for Yubel specifically, but for synchro decks, the potential's absolutely unlimited. I can definitely see this being a staple in any synchro deck. Just the fact that you get to special summon out any monster from your deck, essentially. Anyway, I'm going to stop blowing my own mind with this card and leave the discussion to you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What card out of the 3 are you most excited for these Phantom Nightmare cards? And if you haven't liked the video already, please do leave a like before you go. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for the support so far. And I'm very excited for more Phantom Nightmare reveals to come in the future. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.